Ineos has had enough. Ruben Amorim has had enough. Marcus Rashford, Anthony, Casemiro, Johnny Evans, name them. They are all going, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the United of Sport. My name is Webb, and yeah, I don't care how you view this, but it is an update that I needed. A bit of a sense of relief when it comes to what's going on at Man United. Listen, we've toiled with these players. We've been patient with them. They have given us some little decent moments, but we all agree 90% of the Man United squad does not deserve to be playing for Manchester United. And guess what? Ineos are seeing even through the lies. The performances being put on by Antony and Marcus Rashford at Real Betis and Aston Villa respectively are not going to take anyone for a ride. Trust me, Ineos have stuck to their guns and they are saying the cleanup, the clear out has got to happen. So this is exactly what I'm here to talk about. So whether you like it or not, it's the truth. For me, I needed to get this assurance, I would call it, from the people who run the club that they're not going to really sell themselves short. Whereas, yes, maybe these players have been undone by so many wrong things going on around them at Man United. The truth is, this lot of players, the biggest chunk of these players, I was almost calling them junk, and they are junk probably. At times, some of them have looked like junk, really. I will be unapologetic about that. But anyhow, the biggest chunk of these players have proved that they do not deserve to be putting on the Man United badge. And you can put the performances aside, by the way. The performances can be aside. For me, the biggest issue is the attitude they have shown. You're putting on the biggest badge in the world of football globally. The biggest football badge is what you're putting on, but you don't want to fight for the club. You don't want to put in the hard work. You're fighting coaches. You're trying to get managers sacked. For me, that's not a player fitting. However talented you are, you don't fit to be in Man United. We've had in history as Man United, we've had mediocre players, but they loved the badge and they fought with, even if it's 2 minutes on the pitch. Look at players like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's a legend of Man United, but this guy was a fourth option of a striker. But he's a legend because he came in for barely 10 minutes and he won the biggest title United has ever won. So for me, this is the attitude of players I expect to start Man United. And the fact that it hasn't been there in this lot, whether Marcus Rashford is playing Ballon d'Or winning football at Aston Villa, whether Anthony Dos Santos is in the form of his life at Real Betis, whether Jadon Sancho is magical, is a magician, turns out to be something occult at Chelsea, these players do not deserve to be putting on the Man United badge. And I love to see that a report that has been shared by Daily Mail and of course several other sources suggests that many of these players are still going. Even those who are seeming to perform well out on loan are going. That has been decided. It is done and dusted. There is no turning back. There is no way back for these players. Ineos are not going to sell the club short just because these players had a few good games on loan. No. Ineos wants players who have got the right attitude to play and put on the Man United badge and want to fight for it. So for me, that's exactly what I want to hear. That's exactly what I want. It's music to my ears. This is music to my ears. I will play it back and time and again. These players, guys, I've been hearing people who are saying, Rashford is now back in England. Rashford is a good player. Rashford shouldn't go. United should bring him back. Anthony is a good player. Anthony is a big player. You see now he's balling in Real Betis. We should let him back. There are even people who want Jadon Sancho. Casemiro is good. Yes, Casemiro, by the way, for the most part of his time at Man United, has shown the right attitude for me, even when certain players were bad, and leave alone the poor performances. But in terms of attitude, Casemiro has shown the right attitude at times. It's not about attitude for him. It's about the fact that he earns a lot and he's not really going to take us forward. He's not good enough. It's a wrong. He should move on. That we know. Eriksen is going to be let go of. So is Victor Lindelof let go of. Players Johnny Evans, I think, and Tom Heaton are going to announce their retirement from football. Those are going to retire. But these other guys, these pretenders, I would call them, who come and have a few good moments on loan and hope that that can warrant the huge kitty they earn, the huge payday. For me, it's unacceptable. It has got to stop. And thank you again to the situation we are in, because even the finances will not allow us to have them. Even the finances are not going to allow Man United to bring these players back. Rashford cannot come back because of the finances. Antony, the same thing. Jadon Sancho, the same thing. They all can't come back. Guys, let's just be bold and just support a proper transition and a club moving forward. So let's not keep, talking about these players performing well out on loan and the possibility of them returning. No, they are out on loan because they are just not good enough for Man United. And we've seen them where they were playing. And Antony perhaps was fighting and trying. Antony has never looked like a player who will shine in Man United, not in 1 million years. Maybe he can go to Real Madrid and Barcelona and win the Ballon d'Or. He can't do it with Man United. We've rejected Antony. Man United has rejected Antony. For Rashford, he's had the bad attitude he showed in those last games and the statements he made. He doesn't deserve to put on that badge. Jadon Sancho, they don't deserve to put on that badge. Guys, for me, it's not hate speech. It's not personal. I'm looking out for my own. And my own is Man United, the club, not individuals. So for me, I'll say it here without fear of missing my words. Listen, we are not going to let these players, these mediocres, come, take us for a ride, and come somehow slot back into the team. Ruben Amorim has got to start things on a clean slate, better players, hungrier players, fresh players. Dogu was assisting for Denmark. We are seeing him enjoying himself. Players who want to play for the badge. I would rather stick with a mediocre Rasmus Højlund than a world-class Rashford who doesn't want to fight for the team, who doesn't want to respect the coach, who doesn't want to run back. These players have got to stop. And this is what we mean by setting standards. Set standards and respect them. Don't set standards and be selective in how you respect them. You're fearing certain players, you're fearing certain individuals. It is going to kill the whole culture around the team. We've got to set these standards and abide by them and sacrifice players, or let go. It's not even sacrificing. Let go of players who do not meet those standards. Let go of those players who do not meet the standards. For me, that's exactly what I want to say. I want to see happen with Man United. So, good report. And for me, this was just me coming to just give you that good news. I don't know how you receive it. It's good news for me. I'm celebrating because I know it's a matter of time. And their departure might not happen all at once in the summer, because of course there are obvious ones who will just leave in the summer instantly. I'm talking players like Eriksen, like Lindelof. I'm talking players like who else? Tyrell Malaysia, probably PSV will keep him. I'm talking of these. There are players who will clearly just leave. Tom Hitton, Johnny Evans, those are obvious. But even the Rashfords, the Antones, the Sanchos, the Casemiros, all of those will leave one after the other. If it's not in the summer, they will leave either in Jan or in the next summer, and it's not too far away, the summer after the next. So guys, keep your eyes glued to Man United and what's coming. Your favorite player, for those of you who still cling on to individuals, your favorite player, so long as they're out on loan, they will leave very soon. My name is Webb. Let me know what you think. Who of them should not leave in your view?